¿Qué onda, mi raza? Su compa Leo, RGVTRUCKS, back with another video. Aquí vamos rumbo con Inés. Ya me habló Mr. López que ya quedaron todas las partes, entonces quedamos en camino. Vamos a ir a darle suelo a la quilosa. So stay tuned, guys. We're on our way. Así es, mi raza, vamos rumbo con Inés. Ahorita vamos a ir a dejar la camioneta para que los muchachos comiencen a trabajar en ella. Vamos a darle un 5.7, pienso yo que es el drop más mejor que podemos ponerle a esta camioneta, ya que es bien alta. Estas de agencia salen bien altas. Aparte yo le puse un 1.5 inch spacer enfrente, o 2 inch o 2.5 spacer, no me acuerdo cuál era. Y le puse un 1 inch block atrás, o aparte de lo que la agencia está más alta. Entonces vamos a darle un 5.7, vamos a bajarla. Vamos a sacarla con Inés, después con Inés vamos a ir a comprar las llantas. Le puedo poner la 295-40. Pienso que es la llanta más mejor que podemos poner un 5.7, so es lo que vamos a poner ahorita. Y vamos a ir poniendo ahí videito de cómo van chambeando los muchachos. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Ahorita vamos a hacer el update cómo va a quedar la malona.
Got me falling out, hair blowing in the breeze while I'm blowing trees and she blowing me. Oh man, skinny jeans, hugging on my notch, chopper got a bang. I ain't gonna waste no time, I got money on my mind.
Para los que no saben dónde están, te vienes por el expressway, te bajas en la Abram, agarras el overpass and you head north. And you cannot miss the warehouse, you cannot miss it. Aquí vamos llegando con los compas de Inés. El compa Vic en el suelo. Over here, guys.
But you can still do it with the drop shackles. I'm pretty necessary. You design them to be an 8, 7, or stop. I'll put them in a box right now. Yeah, I'm doing the whole 5.7, full control arms and everything, but el customer vino de Arkansas.
Fue lo que vi en esta, ¿verdad?
This one, yeah.
Yo compré en eBay, güey.
See, it had like strokes like this one. These are a little bit thicker. So the original ones are a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
Eso es lo que hice, nomás los cambié y ahí están los prints en este lado. Van a comprar los. Yeah.
¿Hace peso?
Batalla más con el driver's side toe. I had to cut a little bit more, the tie rod and everything, so I could get it perfect.
Ahora no va a tener mi vieja para subir. Mira, güey, ¿qué es esto, vato?
Ahora sí, suelo.
I can't wait to drive. Tenía como unos 16 años que no tenía una troca bajita y me acuerdo que esa vez era una Outri que tenía yo y fui a un lugar aquí en Alto Bonito, no me acuerdo cómo se llama el lugar. Me acuerdo $75. Se aventaron una mexicanada y le dije al chavo, no quiero tan bajita la troca, ¿verdad? Dijo, no me carnal, dijo, le vamos a dar una vuelta y no sé qué pedo, y le cortaron. Que la va bajando el lift. No, hombre, toda pateada de enfrente, topada donde sea. So, aquí estamos con los mejores, que es Inés. Speaks for itself. You know, te va a estar bien malo, bien perro. Holy shit. Could never imagine it. Se hubiera quedado así con madre.
No, what do you drive it?
No, I bet, bro.
Se me hace que ahorita, nomás de que le echo un poquito de aire.
Me dijo.
to go. I aired it out so I can take a picture.
¿Ese con qué le echo de aire, güey?
Any airline must just make sure how much pressure you put in.
Any airline, como...
Yeah. Any air hose, any fitting.
Oh,
Just
okay.
like, you know, just like any, it's a...
Tiene que ser con compresora,
It's
¿verdad?
a Schrader valve, yeah. Well,
No
yeah,
puede
si
ser
tienes con pressure.
No puede ser con pompa.
It's gonna take a good while doing that.
This one right here, it's our most popular kit. It's our 4.6 adjustable to 5.7. You know, on yours we went ahead and did the 5.7 because it's a single cab. It consists of upper and lower control arms. The lower control arm is what drops the truck. The upper is for the alignment purposes. It comes with new ball joints, new bushings, new sway bar links. Very easy kit in the front to install. The rear, it consists of the flip kit, which now the leaf springs are under the axle. And I think on this one we ended up putting the helper bag as well. Yeah, because you have two options when you do a 7 in the rear. You can either do a helper bag, so that way avoid it from bottoming out, or you can do a step notch. You know, I know a lot of customers are kind of iffy on doing, you know, the step notch, and that's why we came out with that helper bag, and that's what we did on yours in the rear. We also added some new shocks, you know, some drop shocks, because the height change that, you know, in the rear. A 4.6 is nice and leveled. A 5.7 is also really nice and leveled. Yours, you know, like I said, we did the 5 in the front by removing that spacer, and in the back we did the flip kit. I think we set the shackle at the 2nd point, and the helper bags.
Yeah, no man, I love it, bro.
I know you've had many trucks with the multiple kits.
Yes.
I want to see what your honest reviews of.
We've been waiting for this. Exactly. We've been waiting for this, so we're gonna definitely test it out. We're gonna vamos a ganchar la trailer when we go to events, and that's what we want. That's why you got the helper bags on the bag here locally, and maybe just out of town. You know, you never know.
The ultimate test is taking to Mexico.
Yeah.
If it comes back with all 4 wheels, it means it passed. No, we're excited, man. You know, we put all your old parts in the back, so if you know later on when you decide to lift it or you decide to trade it in or whatever, again, it's remove and replace all their stock parts but yeah, man, she came out nice.
Yeah, she did for sure, man. Really excited. I think I'll do donuts now. Tired.
Break them in. And you know what? I don't know why. White really stands out. I just
color, man.
White or black, you know.
White is king. I've always said it. White is king, man. I don't know. It always sticks to me. Before buying this one, I actually looked at I think it was Peter from my brother, and this truck just popped out the next day, and I called the guy. He's like, "Yeah, I still have it." Okay, he was from Bronzeville. We met halfway, and I saw it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." I'm like, "Hey, but do you have the paperwork? Like, is it the original
Yeah,
US?" He's like,
everything.
"Yeah, but like everything's already original US. You know, you don't have to mess with anything. I have the title, Texas title." Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I love it, man.
This one's good. That one we also did the same thing. It looks fast.
It looks fast.
Yeah,
It looks aggressive for sure.
yeah. I think we had our old style arms, the ones that before we got powder coated, before we switched.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Before we switched over from Del Run to from polyurethane to Del Run. That's what I'm saying, like white or black, like it's just. That's your brother?
That's his, and he also wanted to.
You're next, man.
Sí, a ver qué onda.
Lift it up, so he doesn't want to lose him from it.
Oh no, man! You gotta lower it. What is the truck on the slogan? Is it lifted or lowered?
Lifted or lowered? Yeah, he just wants like a stock ride.
Es que nunca hemos tenido sino como para bajito del pueblo para el trabajo. Que,
Yeah.
órale, esas cosas. Y ahora que hay oportunidad de hacerlo, pues estamos pensando, pues ahora que estamos.
I guess that's the truck that I grew up with. That's like my era of truck.
Yeah, the cat
And like the
I never knew about the cat eye. Like, hey, the cat eye this one, cat eye that one. Like, what the hell is a cat eye? Like, well, why? And then, okay, you guys get the pictures. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense.
the guys in there. Have you ever thought about this? Like the young kids that are barely getting into it. To them, it's like as low as possible. Actually, the perfect example like
Yeah,
this.
right here, this one.
It's like, hey man, does it rub? No, it doesn't. You're like, are you sure? No, it doesn't. Well, he doesn't care, you know. And then to the guys in their 30s, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I want that look, but I want like, you know, for it to ride well, and you know, and as we started, you know, building the kits, we're like, okay, who do we cater to? Do we cater to the slam, you know, rides like really rough, or do we, you know, give it a good, you know, stock ride? Like, you know, how do we go about it? I was like, you know what, I'm gonna build it to where it's as low as possible, but where it still rides, you know, it's still good, you know, it's still smooth. Like everybody says, like, is the tires gonna camber in? Well, yeah, but you take it a line and you're done. It's a natural instinct that suspension does whether you lift it or lower it, right? But is it gonna stay like that? No, man, you're gonna be able to get it aligned, you know? And the clearance in the rear as well, you know? The clearance in the rear, that's why the helper bags become very, very popular for us. Airbags allows you to still use it as a work truck, you know, as intended.
We were loaded up and yeah, and I actually, before we even started, I was like, you know what, we're gonna choose Inez, you know, we're gonna that's gonna be our first thing to do. My photo guy went to the Instagram and I started looking at pictures, and then I went to these guys too, J&J, and I was looking at pictures like, man, I haven't seen the style that I want. And I went to your Facebook page also and started looking around. And not that I'm real picky, right, but this is like the perfect stand.
Yeah.
So
This is a cruiser,
I'm not
man.
gonna say about it. I'm just excited to drive it because I know they've been mentioning me the ride is gonna be like 100 times better.
Yeah, that's what we focus on. That's why when we, you know, our slogan is it either rides just like factory or better.
Or better. I don't even know how many miles it had because when I bought it, it's Mexicana.
Yeah, that's not because the grill.
Everything's in kilometers.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't, you know, I was like, as soon as I got home, I got another one. I bought another cluster and I put, you know, the American one because I was coming like 120 kilometers. I don't even know how much I'm driving. So that was the first thing I did to it. But I think after this, impressive customs, the guys were there in far, and take care of that, and maybe the interior as well. And it's just gonna be our RGV truck, and basically.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
That's what we chose. Keep it here in the valley. All the shops gonna be here in the valley. That way, everybody can see here in the valley. You know, who's who.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That way you can show a little bit here and there when you guys set up your tent at all the shows. You have something to show for, and audio. This guy, paint. This guy, suspension here, upholstery there.
Yeah, because you know, people know who we are, and they just, you know, they go to the event and they go, oh, well, here's a tent, but you know, what kind of stuff do you have? Oh, but then a casa, you know. So.
Yeah, no, but it's good because it's, you know, ever since you had the website, you know, and it was very professional orientated, where it's like, okay, you needed help, there you go. Now you got, you know, Facebook, where you can just, all these forums, and you can go and ask, but I don't know, some of them are legit questions. Most of them are like, you know, why would you even ask that? Like, how is that even, you know, you know, so. But I remember in the website, everybody helped each other, and when these trucks came out, you know, what's you know, how do you lower it in the front, and you know, all the tuning for this new motor and
for everything.
And
I think we kind of built, you know, we built something different. You know, doing the forum, it was like, you know, you still go in and relax, but most of the people wanted to be in there and oh, you know, what kind of dogs do these have?
yeah.
And it was more of like an informative, like you're saying, you know,
Yeah,
it was
it
an
was more
informative thing.
professional, more informative. That's the way I see RGV trucks, you know, because it's, you know, I really, there's that battle. Did it start here or did it start in Houston? And
it started here. I can officially say it started here, and then it's just style, and it started over there, and then over and it's a big community, man. I think the trucks have really dominated entirely.
Yeah.
Like entirely. I remember back then when we first started, it was Camaros and Corvettes and Mustangs, and it's everything you would see.
Trans Ams, yeah.
And then we came up with this crazy idea of trucks, and this is what it blew up. It really blew up.
The trucks now are just as fast as the cars, and it really took off on its own. And anything else that you guys build or whatever, we'd love to be a part of it. So that way, like you said, it stays here locally, and it helps your business, helps mine, and it just becomes a good thing.
Recommend someone, and then you get some from someone else, and then they're friends, and by the time you know, you have 4 or 5 trucks in, out of one.
Yeah. So later on in the, and we'll work together. So I want to come out with the performance kit for the 07 to 18 because the chassis and powertrains is very similar. When we're doing our R&D, we can keep you in mind because we wanted to do something similar as we have for the F-150, the Ford, with the direct bolt-on, coilovers, fully adjustable, the traction bars, relocation of the shocks to get them at a better angle, also adjustable to match the ones in the front.
Yeah, because everything's crucial once you get to that line.
Yeah,
Hey, so,
yeah, exactly. But
it's things people don't think about. Oh, I'm just gonna put a motor and transmission. Okay, but whatever is expensive, you don't want to take most of the beating. So it's something to consider.
Well, yeah. Well, I was actually going back to the Fords, the F-150s. God, those will snap the transmission. The tail end of the transmission all the time. And it was back to the same thing. It's like your flip kit doesn't have the correct angle to start. Once you fix that, the axle was a little too weak. The U joints were weak. The drive shaft was weak. And the more you put into it, the more you have to keep up with the rest. So that way it holds.
Quick update, vatos. El Right Quality que hace offer Inés en sus suspension kits, te puedo decir que está fácil 100 veces mejor. Aquí le traigo la mamalona ya. Está en el piso. Ya fuimos a la vuelta. Fuimos a la vuelta en ella. Vamos a calarla. La suspension, no hombre, vatos. La mera verdad, si usted tiene una camioneta y andan batallando y se siente medio rough and ride, etcétera, échenle una hablada a mi compa Iván, o mi compa Inés, o Víctor, de Inés Hot Rods, y díganle: queremos el kit que le puso Kilo a su troca. La mera verdad, otro pedo. No, estoy emocionado porque, como lo mencioné temprano, tenía más como de 15, 16 años que no tenía una troca bajita, y la mera verdad, no, hombre, por esa misma razón, en la forma que yo bajé esa camioneta, ya no quise tener de trocas bajitas, no, hombre, donde quiera pegaba. Entonces, pues es la primera vez en mucho tiempo, y no, hombre, la mera neta, es otro pedo este suspension work que me hicieron, este dropkick que me pusieron ahí con Inés. La mera verdad es, no, hombre, otro pedo. Vamos a estar rayando los shows, ahí la pueden ver. Cualquier pregunta que tengan, aviéntenla en los comments. Busquen a Inés en su personal Instagram page del shop, Inés Hot Rods, en Instagram, en Facebook. Y díganle si tienen problemas con su troca, si no les gusta cómo se maneja, o está muy rough and ride, o esto y que el otro. Echa una llamada, a los compas, esos van a sacar la daga, te van a decir qué es lo que le puedes poner, qué no le puedes poner, qué traes, qué es lo que te estás fallando. Pues nos vemos, raza, en el next video. Es todo por Muchas gracias, stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, y estamos en el otro.
the shit that we got selling now. Sipping this drink got me falling out. Hair blowing in the breeze while I'm blowing trees and she blowing me. Ball man, skinny jeans, hugging on my notch, chopper.